Hi, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. I'm Roy.
And I'm Lily. We're so glad you're here with us today.
Today, we're talking about something super interesting for English learners.
Yeah, like what do native English speakers do that you don't yet?
Exactly. It's all about those small habits that make a big difference.
We're not talking about grammar rules necessarily, but more natural ways of speaking.
Right. Think about how you connect words. That's a big one.
Oh, like how we often run words together, almost like they're one long word,
Yeah, totally. Like I am going to becomes I'm gonna.
or want to becomes wanna. It's super common,
And learners often try to say every word clearly and separately.
which is good for being understood, but it can sound a bit choppy.
Exactly. So native speakers often link words, especially consonants, to vowels.
Can you give an example, Spider?
Sure, like pick it up. It sounds like Pifke tap almost.
Oh, I see. So the K sound goes with it and the T with up.
You got it? It makes speech flow much more smoothly.
It's a great tip for sounding more natural.
Another thing native speakers do is use a lot of contractions.
Oh, like it's instead of it is, or there instead of they are.
Yeah, precisely. It's rare to hear a native speaker say, I am going in a normal chat,
Right. They'd say, I'm going. It just feels more natural.
and it saves time. Less sounds to make.
Yeah, totally. It's like a language shortcut.
So try to use more contractions in your speaking practice.
It'll definitely help you sound more like a native speaker.
What about stress and intonation, Lily? That's another big area.
Ooh, that's huge. Native speakers put stress on important words.
Right. Not every word has the same emphasis.
Like, if I say, I love this book, the stress is on love to show my feeling.
Yes. Or is that your car to emphasize your?
And the intonation, the way your voice goes up and down, changes the meaning.
Definitely. A question usually has a rising intonation at the end.
You like coffee? Voice goes up.
You like coffee. That's a statement.
See the difference? It's subtle, but very important.
Learners sometimes have a flatter intonation, which can make them sound less expressive.
So try listening for how native speakers use stress and intonation.
Then try to copy it. It's like singing in a way.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. What else, Roy?
Oh, fillers. Native speakers use a lot of those, you know?
Heck. Uh-huh. Like, like
Exactly. They give you a moment to think without silence.
they make conversations feel more natural and less like a speech.
But don't overuse them, of course. It's about balance.
Right. Just a little bit here and there is fine.
It makes your speech flow and sound more authentic.
Mm. What about common phrases or chunks of language?
Oh, that's super important. Native speakers don't build every sentence from scratch.
No, they use a lot of ready-made phrases like, how are you doing?
Or what's up? No problem. Sounds good.
Yeah, these are like building blocks for conversation,
Learners often try to translate everything in their head word by word.
which can make them slow down and sound unnatural.
So try to learn these common phrases as a whole.
Don't break them down, just use them as they are,
It will make your speech much faster and smoother.
and you'll sound more natural for sure.
Another thing is, native speakers are okay with silence sometimes.
Oh, that's true. We don't always feel the need to fill every gap.
Sometimes a short pause is perfectly fine, maybe while you think.
Learners often feel they have to speak nonstop.
But a small pause can actually make you sound more thoughtful.
Yeah, and it gives the other person a chance to speak too.
So don't be afraid of a little silence.
It's part of natural conversation, really.
What about expressing emotion, Lily?
Oh, that's huge. Native speakers use their voice a lot to show how they feel.
Like if I'm really excited, my voice goes up and is faster.
And if I'm tired, my voice might be slower and lower.
Learners sometimes speak in a monotone, even when they're happy or sad.
Right. So really try to connect your feelings to your voice.
It makes your English much more alive and engaging.
People will understand you better too.
It's about speaking with your whole self, you know?
Yeah, totally. And don't forget facial expressions and body language.
Oh, absolutely. Those are part of communication too.
But we're focusing on the voice today, mostly.
What about common mistakes, Lily? Are there any that really stand out?
One big one is overcorrecting themselves, like stopping mid sentence.
Oh, that's a good point. They try to fix every tiny error.
Native speakers make mistakes all the time, actually.
Yeah, we do. And we just keep going.
The goal is clear communication, not perfect grammar all the time.
So don't stop yourself. Just try to keep the flow.
It's better to make a small mistake and keep talking than to stop completely.
Exactly. Confidence is key too.
Another thing is listening actively.
How does that relate to speaking like a native?
Well, native speakers don't just wait to speak, they listen to understand.
Oh, I see. So really pay attention to what the other person is saying.
Yeah, and then respond to that, not just your prepared answer.
It makes the conversation feel more natural and engaging.
You're actually having a conversation, not just taking turns speaking.
That's a great point, Lily.
So try to listen carefully when someone speaks English.
And then form your answer based on their words.
I think it's a skill that improves over time, for sure.
What about word choice? Like choosing simple words sometimes?
Oh, yeah, native speakers don't always use big, complex words.
Now, often the simplest word is the best word.
Like instead of endeavor to commence, we just say try to start.
Exactly. Don't feel you need to use fancy vocabulary to sound smart.
Clear and simple is usually better, especially for daily chat.
That's very true. Think about the most common words first.
They are common for a reason. They're used all the time.
So focus on mastering the Oxford 3,000 words. For example,
Yeah, those are the building blocks of everyday English.
and finally, I think practice is the biggest thing.
Oh, absolutely. You can't learn to ride a bike just by reading a book.
No, you have to get on it and try.
So speak English every day, even if it's just to yourself.
Talk to your mirror, describe your day, read aloud.
The more you speak, the more natural it will become.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes. They are part of learning.
Exactly. Everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers sometimes.
So focus on communication, not perfection.
Just keep trying, keep speaking,
Listen to native speakers, try to copy their rhythm and sounds.
watch movies, listen to podcasts like this one.
Practice those linked sounds, contractions, and common phrases.
And remember, you're doing great. Every step is progress.
So what we talked about today are just small things that add up.
Yeah, they're like the secret ingredients to sounding more natural.
Things like linking words, using contractions, and minding your intonation.
And not being afraid to use those natural fillers or common phrases.
Most importantly, just keep speaking and enjoying the journey.
You'll get there step by step
We hope these tips help you feel more confident.
and help you sound more like a native English speaker very soon.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
We'll be back next time with more English tips.
Bye for now.
See you then.
Hey, Roy, can we talk a bit more about linking words? It's so tricky,
For sure, Lily. It's a key part of sounding natural.
like an apple. Does it sound like an apple?
Exactly. The N from Anne links to the A in apple.
That's a good example to practice.
Or what is it? It often sounds like what is it?
Wow, that's a big change from how it's written.
Yeah, the T sound often changes to a D sound between vowels.
So it's not just about running words together, but also sound changes.
Right, and these changes are very common.
Learners often don't learn these sound changes in school.
No, they're usually picked up by listening a lot.
So really paying attention to native speakers is key.
Try to listen for those little shifts in sound.
What about when words end with the same sound and the next word starts with it?
Good point. Like big girl, it just sounds like one long G sound.
So you don't say the G twice.
Now just one smooth, longer G sound. Big girl.
That makes sense. It's more efficient.
Yeah, it's all about making speech easier and faster.
Okay, so linking and sound changes are big ones.
Definitely. Practice saying sentences aloud and try to link them.
What about the speed of speech? Native speakers can be quite fast.
It's true, but it's often because of linking and contractions, not just talking fast.
Oh, so it's not about rushing, but about the flow.
Exactly. If you use those techniques, you'll naturally sound faster.
That's a relief. I always feel like I have to speed up.
Don't force it. Focus on clarity first, then natural flow.
So if someone asks, "Did you go?" It's "Did you go?"
Perfect example, Lily. The D and Y blended you.
That's a classic one. Did you becoming did
Yeah, it's so common in everyday conversation.
and would you becomes would you.
You're picking up on the pattern now.
It makes total sense when you break it down like that
So, learners should look for these common blends.
and practice saying them until they feel natural.
Absolutely. It takes time, but it's worth it.
What about speaking informally, Roy?
Good point. Native speakers use a lot of informal language with friends,
Like, "What's up?" instead of "How are you?"
or gonna and wanna that we talked about.
I think it's important to know the difference between formal and informal.
Yeah, you wouldn't use gonna in a formal meeting.
But it's perfect for casual chats with friends.
So, learning when to use informal language is part of sounding native.
And it makes your speech feel more real, like you belong.
Yeah, it's like using the right tool for the right job.
So watch out for informal expressions in movies and shows.
Try to pick them up and use them in casual settings.
Another thing is natural hesitation, like well or hmm.
That's a good one. It shows you're thinking, not just paused.
It's different from a silent pause.
Yay, it fills the space with sound, but still gives you time to think.
So don't be afraid to use those little thinking sounds.
It makes your conversation feel more human, you know?
It's part of the real rhythm of talk.
So, to sum up, it's about connecting sounds, using contractions,
And paying attention to stress and intonation.
also using natural fillers and chunks of language,
Plus, being okay with informal speech when it's right.
and not being afraid to hesitate naturally.
These things together create a more natural, native like sound.
And remember, practice is key to all of this.
Listen, repeat, record yourself, and keep trying.
It takes time, but every little bit helps.
You'll notice improvements if you keep these tips in mind.
So go out there and practice your English.
Don't be afraid to try new things with your speaking.
You're doing great, and we believe in you.
Thanks for being with us today, everyone.
We hope you found this helpful.
We'll be back next time with more great tips.
Bye for now.
See y'all soon.